Alright, so the first thing we will do is we will go to text tool and let's come over here and make sure caps lock is on, so because we are writing in capital. So let's type in the word escape. Let's go to selector tool and select this, and let's duplicate this by pressing Ctrl D on our keyboard and hold Ctrl and move it this way, I think. Now let's go back to text tool by pressing T on our keyboard and let's write the rest of the word, which is Asian, if you like. So now we could turn off caps lock. Now let's go escape by pressing ESC key on our keyboard, and let's go to selector tool and select that on, hold Control, move it there, and hold Control, move it. I think that much is fine. All right, so now at this point, so let's go select all of them, and in terms of having a little bit ease of working, let's go ahead and drop the opacity roughly in half there, and with both of them selected, we will convert them into real smooth path. So we will go path and let's go object to path, and we will get back the fill color by clicking that black sauce there. Now we can click off. So this is pretty much done. So the next thing that we are gonna do, let's go to Bezier tool this time. So let's go press B on our keyboard and click there and just go like this. I think this is fine, so let's click there and hit enter. So make sure we don't have fill color, so let's click that click that X there to get rid of fill color, and hold shift click that black sauce to get the stroke color. All right, so now come over here and go to a stroke style, make sure that's pixel, and we can have one pixel. That does not really matter. So if you go to selector tool and go to nodes tool, you see these two nodes there, so that's what we are gonna be needing. So let's click off now and go to selector tool. Now what we will do, we will come over here, we will have a duplication of this and also a duplication of this. So now what you will do, let's click off, let's select this and let's go to Bezier tool and make sure snapping is on at this moment, so click there. So we'll snap here and we'll go something like that, does not matter. We'll snap back here and we'll snap back there. So make sure this time we don't have a stroke, so let's get rid of the stroke by holding shift and clicking that X there, and get the fill color back by clicking that black sauce there. Now let's go to selector tool, and with this selected we will hold shift and select that on. So let's come back to layers panel instead. So what you will do, we will go to path and we will go difference. So that way we have this portion done. Okay, now we'll come over here and we will make that invisible by clicking that eye icon there for now. Now the rest of it is selected now, hopefully, or if you have any doubt, let's select again. Now this time what you will do, let's go to Bezier tool, and with snapping on again, click there and click somewhere there, click here, and let's click here and snap there. All right, so now let's go to selector tool. As you can see, this is selected. With this selected, we will hold shift and select that underneath motif text, and what we will do, we will go to path and do the same operation, difference. Now we have that little portion, and if we now come back here and make that visible, the invisible portion, now we have this. All right, so now what you will do, we will come over here and let's go to Bezier tool once again. Let's click there and click somewhere and snap back there and snap back there, and go to selector tool, and we have this, hold shift and select this layer there, and go to path and difference. So we have this cut portion, so let's for now make that invisible. All right, so now what you will do, let's go to Bezier tool once again, this time snap there, somewhere there and back there. So let's go to selector tool. With this selected, now we will need to find the underneath layer, right? So if we hold control, that's not the underneath one, I think. So let's unselect. That's not. I think that is the right one. All right, so with these two selected, now let's go to path and go difference. So all right, now come over here, make that invisible part visible back. Now this little stroke thing, that line thing, we don't need that, right? All right, so what we will do, we have now four paths. So this is one path with fill, and there is another one with fill, there is one with fill only, no stroke, there is another one with fill only, no stroke. So that's what really we wanted. So now we will just do some rotation. So first of all, let's click here, or you know what, we could just or let's do the rotation first. So click here, and at this point make sure under your snapping you have the object rotation centers, object midpoints, and also line midpoints or S midpoints. I think these are important, so make sure those things are enabled. So we will click here again to get the rotation handle, and we will snap this, let's say all the way just there. Okay, now at this point, if we just try rotating this, so we will have a little bit hard time because some snapping points are together there. So we could turn off snapping by holding shift and pressing 5. So now snapping is temporarily off. Now let's move it this way, and the same way come back here And before we do that, all right, so come back here, click again, and to put this rotation center. So we need to turn on snapping again, so hold shift and press 5, and let's snap it that point, and just and again turn off snapping temporarily, hold shift press 5, and let's move it this way, and let's go to click off. We could even move it something like that. So let's move it there, click again, rotate it a little bit, and let's move it here somewhere, and click again to get the rotation handles, rotate that a little bit, and let's rotate it a little bit more, and move it and have some spacing there. I think that much is okay. So you could adjust on your own up to the point where you are 100% happy. So now what you will do, you could just go ahead and go to the fill and stroke and bring up the opacity all the way to 100. Now we could also change the color, so you could have a green color, we could have a red color. So yeah, this is how we can like bring in this concept of like breaking something broken. So thank you so much. I think you got something new here. This is Shakot from vectors in Inkscape. I love creating vectors and I love Inkscape.